don't just want the news, they want the truth. What others hide, I bring to you with evidence. Politics, corruption, human rights. No filters, no fear, just facts. I don't stop until the system shakes. Hello and welcome. This is Makhdoom Shahabuddin and you're watching Trending Daily. Tonight's biggest story comes from India's capital, where what began as a student movement over examination paper leaks has exploded into one of the biggest political confrontations of the year. Thousands of protesters marched toward parliament. Police responded with barricades, detention and force. Clashes broke out. Dozens of security personnel were reportedly injured. Protesters were detained and social media quickly erupted with one explosive claim. Did Prime Minister Narendra Modi leave parliament to avoid the protesters? For years, students across India have complained about the repeated examination failures, paper leaks, cancelled recruitment tests, delayed government jobs, endless uncertainty. According to opposition leaders and protest organizers, more than 150 examination paper leaks over the years have affected millions of students, leaving many questioning whether hard work alone is enough to build a future. The protesters demanded major reforms, stronger accountability, and the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. On protest day, thousands gathered at Delhi's Jantar Mantar before marching toward parliament. Drone footage showed massive crowds filling the streets. Police had already established multiple security barricades around the parliament complex. As protesters approached restricted areas, tensions escalated. Authorities say some demonstrators attempted to break security cordons and allegedly threw stones at police personnel. According to Delhi police, more than 50 police and paramilitary personnel were injured, including senior officers. Multiple FIRs have been registered. Several protesters have been detained. Officials say more suspects will be identified through video evidence. Government supporters argue this crossed the line from peaceful protest into violence. They say every democracy protects peaceful demonstrations, but attacking police and attempting to enter high security zones cannot be tolerated. But critics tell a different story. Videos circulating online also show police using barricades, physical force, and mass detention against demonstrators. Opposition leaders argue that many students who came peacefully were caught in the confrontation. They accuse authorities of responding with force instead of dialogue. At this stage, the exact sequence of events and responsibility for individual acts of violence remain under investigation. The protests also quickly became political. Several opposition figures questioned Prime Minister Narendra Modi's departure from parliament during the day. Some critics suggested he was avoiding public anger. However, government officials have not said that his movements were connected to the protests, and there is no independently verified evidence establishing such a link. Government supporters described the allegation as political speculation. Critics argue that the timing reflects a wider perception that student concerns are not being taken seriously. Meanwhile, another battle is unfolding online. Supporters of the government claim the movement has gone far beyond education. Videos from the protests showed slogans ranging from demands over education reforms to calls invoking Article 370, Umar Khalid, and broader political issues. Some commentators argued these slogans suggest political groups attempted to expand a student movement into a wider anti-government campaign. Others reject that characterization, saying large public protests often attract people with different political views without changing the movement's core demands. The demonstrations have also reignited debate over India's education system itself. Students ask, why do examination leaks keep happening? Why are recruitment tests repeatedly cancelled? Why do investigations take so long? And why do those responsible rarely appear to face public accountability? The government insists reforms are already underway. Opposition leaders argue that confidence cannot return without transparent investigations and meaningful institutional change. Regardless of political affiliation, one reality is difficult to ignore. India is one of the world's largest youth population. For millions of young Indians, comparative examinations are not simply tests. They determine careers, financial security, and sometimes the future of entire families. Every cancelled examination or leaked paper carries enormous personal consequences. That is why this issue has become far bigger than one protest. It is now a debate about trust in institutions, trust in examinations, and trust in government. This was Trending Daily. See you in the next episode.